Don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video.
Welcome to the official first Steampunk Tuesday with me, Ian, and him as well.
The hanger-on.
The hanger-on. I was going to do my Steampunk journal covers today.
That was the plan.
That was the plan.
Because we ran out of ink.
So I thought, buy a laser printer, get it delivered today, do the covers. Brilliant. No. The lorry driver couldn't find us.
So we have no printer at all to print anything, to create anything. So I said to Ian, he's got to make something instead using bits from the garage.
So I have.
But I don't know what it is because he's just come in with this big pile
box
of stuff. So I'm going to be just as surprised as you lot at what this turns out to be.
It works in my head. Whether it works when I make it is a different thing.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Come on, let's have a go.
So I'm totally and utterly bemused, bewildered, but very, very intrigued. This is rather a large collection of stuff that you've got here.
I would say it was randomly collected, but I've spent the last 2 hours finding it and building it in my head. So this is my treasure trove.
Okay, so all I know at the minute, because I've got no idea what you're going to build or what you've got in your head, all I know is that you've dismantled a shadow box.
Yes, I have.
And you've raided me paper dolls.
I've got 2 paper dolls.
But everything else is from your collection.
It is.
So I'm kind of really interested to see what it is that you're going to build.
I've planned it out in my head.
Well, that's fine. That's at least a start.
It's a good start for me.
It is a good start.
So, right, so I'll just move all this stuff out of the way.
All right.
And we'll get cracking.
Okay. So are you going to give us any kind of indication as to what it is? Or are you just going to dive in and not spoil the fun?
You might have to wait and see, won't you?
Okay. Right, well, we'll have to make sure that the thumbnail doesn't reveal exactly what it is then. Steampunk surprise.
It's a steampunk surprise. It is probably the weirdest thing I have ever built, and that is saying something, but
okay,
it's to hang on your wall.
Fair enough. Right, so shall we stop so you can clear your work surface, and then you can get started on whatever is the first step?
There's a couple of steps, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've got my piece of paper.
Okay, well that's a start.
It's a good start, isn't it? I've applied the self-adhesive backing. We use a self-adhesive polymer on a roll. And this is what I've put on here.
So this is a 12x12 from a Tim Holtz pad, but don't ask me which one because...
Well, it's a material really, but yeah, it is.
Okay, so what's this black?
The black has been cut. Just cut that fit. The black card has been cut so it fits on the back of the frame.
Okay, so it's what is it though?
It's mountboard.
Oh, right, okay.
2000 micron.
Probably.
It's called colour mount. You could use grunge board.
It's a framing thing for pictures, isn't it?
You could use a cereal packet.
Probably, well, yeah.
If you want to.
And colour it black with gesso or something.
Well, the only reason I've kept it black is because it's tidy on the outside.
Fair enough.
So the inside will be covered.
Okay.
So it made sense.
Right.
To just...
So the original frame back brought it in too far forward?
Yeah, the original frame only gave me 12mm to play with.
Right, so you've got yourself an extra...
And I need a lot more.
Well, that's the reason why you've taken the glass out as well, isn't it?
Yeah. When you bear in mind, that's got to sit in there.
Fair enough.
And that is...
Okay. Don't give anything away.
I won't.
All right. Okay. So, 12x12 paper that you cut down to size and you've put some
roughly, yeah.
Polymer double-sided sheet on the back.
Polymer doodah, yeah.
Yes. So,
get that off.
Thank you very much.
Bit.
If you just want to hand me stuff to put in the bin,
okay,
rather than throw it at me.
Okay. I'm just going to stick that on. The reason I'm sticking it on the white side is I want to keep the black side for the back.
Yeah.
Keep it all nice and tidy.
Right.
So I'll just trim that off.
We had to rake out from our archives a small cutting mat for you, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, because the mat I'm working on is it's got a cutting mat underneath, but it's also got a heat resistant mat. This, isn't it, yours?
Yeah. It's not waterproof though.
No.
because stuff just goes straight through it. I think actually it's one of those mats that you're supposed to put in the bottom of an oven.
Yeah.
To keep it clean. But
Okay, so when I've finished, I'll go around the edges with a black pen. But we won't bother with that now.
So we've now got an 8ish by 8ish sort of size piece of...
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
I'm just gonna...
Is that starting to dry out?
I don't think so. I think it's had a lot of use with making the journals and stuff for me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kiss it lightly at the corners. Everything's inclined to wobble.
Yeah, I'm just holding the table a bit for you.
Thank you.
So we don't have wobbly bob legs.
Wobbly bob legs, no. Oh, yeah.
Wobbly Bob actually is a friend of my dad's.
Wobbly bob?
Yeah.
Actually, no, we'll make the back, we'll just tint the back with a little bit of the ink.
Okay. Yes, Dad's got quite a few friends called Bob.
Bob the Axe.
There's Bob the Axe.
Don't
yes,
ask.
Yes, and Wobbly Bob.
But Bob the Axe isn't a serial killer, is he?
No, he's a tree surgeon.
The name fits quite well then, doesn't it? An arborist?
Yeah, that as well.
I think that's what tree surgeon is.
And Wobbly Bob likes his Vino Collapso.
Oh yes, and hence the wobbly bob, the
Wobbly Bob.
wobbly bob, folly downy bob.
That's the way that he normally walks home.
I would say from the drinking, from the hostelry.
Well, that's used to before all the pubs and clubs and that kind of
It'll
stuff.
be open again.
shut.
Be open again.
Apparently, not in time for Christmas, according to one of the rag tops yesterday.
Well, just sensationalising, isn't it?
That the pubs may not be open for Christmas, but
It's a small price to pay to keep all our loved ones safe.
This is true.
Okay, so we now have
a rather lovely
backing.
Yes.
Put that to one side.
All right.
That's what put that there.
Put that there, yeah.
I've been through my stash and I found a box. It's a circular softwood box, so I've just pulled the bottom off it, and it's already been painted and varnished.
This was a piece that you'd done for another project that was now surplus to requirements.
It was.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, it's got two massive holes in it. I was going to use it to put lights in for another project, but I changed my mind. So I thought rather than throw it away, I'll just keep it.
Repurpose.
So
repurpose and reimagine.
Reimagine, I like that. So what I'm going to do is going to use the Tim Holtz ruler.
Okay.
Which says no. I'll probably take it to about there. So all I'm going to do is...
Oh, you're going to do a wrap?
I'm going to do a wrap for it to cover the holes up.
That's a wrap as in wrap band, not a wrap as in a song.
No, you don't want to hear me sing. Right, so that's... My mum, bless her, when she was alive, she used to sing, and she didn't know the words. She used to dee 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 do
and la la la
and la la la. Then bless her.
She did.
She was a lovely woman.
She was.
Right, what is a fruitcake?
Yeah, well, you know what they say about the apple not falling far from the tree.
I'm off my trolley. I'm quite. I know that already. I didn't quite cut through that.
You never blunted that blade, or it's a brand new scalpel
I just
blade.
didn't push very hard. Yeah, perfect. So
Yeah.
that should go. Oh, luck is on our side.
Perfect.
I've just picked up.
Almost planned.
Well, I thought it might fit. Mind you, my old boss used to say, thought followed a muck cart and thought it was a wedding, and I'm not exactly sure what that means. It's an old Victorian term.
Is it?
I believe so. If it's offensive, I do apologise.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
It's surprising, actually. The quarantine quickies I've been doing are based on English idioms.
Right.
So, common everyday phrases that we kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
Boy, do people outside the UK really struggle with some of them. Like chalk and cheese, which means
Totally different.
totally different.
Like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in Twins, they were chalk and cheese.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to run it through my fingers to give it a little bit of a curl. So when I start to stick it on, it's not going to...
Yes. But like the European equivalent of chalk and cheese would be night and day.
Yes,
Or
it
day
would.
and night.
Day and night, yeah.
So, but it's surprising, because I thought chalk and cheese, if you're an English-speaking country, but obviously not. Idioms don't necessarily follow language,
Oh,
which is very interesting.
sticky.
Yep,
Yeah.
very sticky.
Very, very sticky. I'm just going to position it in the middle.
Well, you can make sure you get it the right way up.
It doesn't really matter. It's only the sides, you're not going to see it. I just want to give it a little bit of detail.
Okay. I'm really interested to see what you're building because I've got no idea.
He hasn't, ladies and gentlemen, he's got no idea at all what I'm building. I've been in the garage finding all the bits. Oh yeah.
We were planning on doing something else today, but we'd ordered a brand new
Laser printer,
colour laser printer, but it hasn't arrived. But also, we'd ordered some more inkjet ink,
yeah.
as in for the waterproof ink.
Yeah.
And that hasn't arrived either on time, so we're having to.
We're having a do a different day, but it's still Steampunk Tuesday.
Yes.
A very bizarre Steampunk Tuesday as it happens. Okay, so that's now covered round there.
Okay.
We're going to find it's going to be very difficult to see anyway when we're finished.
But that doesn't matter, does it?
It's there, and I want to finish things properly.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is obviously a clock face.
Clock face. I bought a clock to make a commission for our friend, my friend David, and oh my God, I can see.
Goodness.
Good God, good goodness, yes. David. Oh, I can see. I do apologise. They watched the videos and I can't remember David Croft's wife's name.
David Croft?
Yes.
So it's Mrs. Croft?
Mrs. Croft, yes. Adorable couple. Hello, both of you. They commissioned me to build them a gorgeous clock for their sitting room. So I got the clock, took it all to pieces and kept the face just in case.
Because it wasn't needed.
Yeah. So,
I bent the bubbles.
this should start to give you an idea. That's the clock. Just go into my stash over here.
But you're not creating a clock?
No, I'm not creating a clock.
Right, okay.
Okay. This is a motor.
Okay, so, okay.
Okay.
Intrigued now.
So I will leave that.
So there's going to be, it's kinetic.
Oh, yeah, oh, and more.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do.
So tell us a little bit about this motor.
The motors I have on the website, they are. No, I don't have them on the website.
You did?
I did. I thought I saw them all out, but this is some more I've got. If anybody's interested, just message me. Very slow revolving, very slow motor. I think they're like 15 revolutions a minute, 8 revolutions a minute.
Okay, voltage wise?
I'm running mine off a 9-volt battery, and they're anything from 6 to 12.
So the hobby motors, really?
Hobby motors, yeah.
Right, okay.
I'm using pokey tool just to rough it up, because I'm going to stick it on to the back of here. And if I don't, the plastic sometimes doesn't like the adhesive.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll just give it a bit of a key.
So scratching, scoring, just to create a bit of an uneven surface. I apologise if this is going through some people.
I know. Okay, so time for glue.
Glue.
I use the Araldite 2-part epoxy. It's in 90-second.
Right, so 90-second.
90-second to set. Yeah.
So that, yeah. So you haven't really got that much of a work time on it.
It's pretty good.
So 2-part epoxy. Obviously, mix it up quickly.
Yep. Just gonna. I use cocktail sticks or toothpicks.
What's the Spanish word?
Pilillos.
Hey, you remembered.
I did. You mix it so it goes clear.
Mhm.
And what we do is put it onto the motor.
Mhm. Quite a lot.
Yes, because
Mind you, it is epoxy, so it will stick rather lovely, won't it? And then centre that up in the hole.
we'll just move that out of the way for me,
Of course
please.
I will.
Thank you.
Are we done with this now? Or
No,
we're going to be needing
no,
it
we're going
again?
to be needing it quite a lot.
I'll put it to one side then.
Okay, so we'll just let that set for a moment or two. So there's it.
You try and get it. Is it critical that it's in the centre?
Yes, it is, because what I'm doing has to be in the centre.
Okay, but you've still got that work time.
Still got that
haven't
work time, yeah.
you? Okay.
Right, I'll just tell that to dry and we'll be back in a moment.
Okie dokie.
Well, that's setting now, so that's it from the back.
Okay, you did have to put a piece of.
I forgot I had a packing piece to put in as well, which I've just put in, so it sits in the middle. The motor sits in the middle.
All right.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
Okay, so Let's have a quick look in the box. I've got everything I need for this little bit. What I'm going to do, these are some Steampunk corners, cog corners off my website. I think you've got them as well on yours.
I'm out of stock on mine.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, you get 2 in a pack, so I've just got 2 packs here. Okay, and then I've got my trusty
Enamel plate.
Enamel tin plate, whatever we want to call
My
it.
pie dish, actually, which you repurposed.
I did. And I've got some Ducraft's Artiste metallic copper paint. Use any copper paint you want.
Other brands are available.
Other brands are available, and there's some brands are a lot better than this. This is okay. Doesn't cover brilliantly, and it's a bit thin. I think. There we are.
Excuse you.
Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paint these. I'll set off. I'm using a sponge dauber. I don't like to use a brush when I paint because you get brush marks in it. A lot of customers who buy the machines off me go, how do you get it to look hammered? I just get brush marks. The answer is, don't use a brush.
Yeah.
Just use a sponge dauber and just daub it in.
Do you want something to put down so you can... So you're not working on there?
Yeah, can do.
Strangely enough, look.
Oh yeah.
Recognise that?
Yes.
That was the backing from the Tim Holtz paper.
So I'm just it's spouncing, I think it's called.
Yes,
isn't
it is.
Spouncing.
Spouncing, pouncing.
There we go. Just want to make sure it goes into all the little crevices. I don't paint between them in the middle, so I don't paint all the way in between.
Yes. So historically, we've said nooks and crannies.
Nooks and crannies.
Or if you get it the wrong way around, it's crooks and nannies.
Yeah. So that's one. And all I'll do is use my sponge dauber and just daub on top. And you get the hammered look. Just use my pokey tool and I get all of my fingers.
Nice effect.
The thing is not to worry about. Some people try and paint in the little bits, the tiny little bits.
There's no point. The laser cut stuff is black anyway. So.
Yes, yeah, it is. If it was white, I would have to think about painting it because everything has to be right. But I'm now using the sponges.
So are you doing all 4 of those?
I'm doing all 4, so if we may fast forward with a little bit of music. You don't really want to see me paint 4 things exactly the same.
No. So it might be easier just to do a jump to the end.
Okay, I'll see you in a moment. And that is the last one.
The last bit.
Yes. I need to paint the circle in a minute as well. Paint this one.
The circle.
A circle. I've forgotten to bring it up. It's in the garage. So that'll just take me 2 minutes to do it. But we don't need it until
a later stage.
A later stage. Yes. Thank you
Okay.
for putting the worms there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Right. I'll just finish this bit off.
So that's what I'm here for. To fill in the gaps.
To keep the fantasy, the sanity. There we go. Would you just do the honours?
What?
I just put it. I've got to wash that because it'll go hard.
Okay.
So
you need it.
I'll go and do it,
Yes.
and then you just fill in for me. I'll only be 2 minutes.
So I'll just put it on.
Okay.
Move on to the next step.
Okay.
The magic of TV and all that.
Oh,
kind
I
of
forgot. I forgot we were on TV. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Well, not really. TV,
Not really TV. No.
But you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. All clean. Well, apart from that bit, I can't get it off.
You haven't scrubbed hard enough, then, have you?
I left it overnight last night and I forgot. So all clean. So we'll move on. Let's put that over there.
Cleanish.
Well, as clean as it's going to
So
get.
these are now touch dry.
Yeah, Mike's done a wonderful job there. So,
Doing that.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
We have the frame.
Okay. So this is an 8x8 shadow box frame.
It is a shadow box frame. Okay, so it's a shame you can't see what I'm going to do, but you can. Right. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get 4 washers.
Okay. So these are steel.
These are steel, proper engineering washers.
Yes.
They are
About an inch and a half.
about an inch, I think. The inch.
Oh, just
Inch
over
and an eighth.
Okay.
And the hole in them, it's immaterial really, but the hole is just under 3/4 of an inch.
Well, you never know. Somebody might want to try and recreate something similar.
Yeah, well they actually fit the reducers, so they fit this 15mm reducers. 15mm copper pipe will go straight through them. and it's quite nice and
So
tight.
15mm copper
Plumbing pipe.
Right.
Plumbing pipe. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick those onto there.
Okay.
But what I need to do to start with is I need to put the corners in.
Which corners?
The corners we've just made.
These corners?
These corners,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So, we view it from the front. We have one there.
Okie dokie.
One there.
Right.
Okay.
It's rather lovely already.
So, I'm going to put those in. Use a bit of glossy accents. Just a little bit up there.
Tiny bead.
You don't need a lot.
No.
Like consider glossy accents. Best glue you can get. I adore glossy accents.
Okay.
Julie.
Julie what?
David's wife is Julie.
Oh, right, okay. Julie
Hi,
Croft.
hi Julie. They'll be watching, no doubt. There we are. Lovely, lovely, lovely people. He's one of my collectors, him and his lovely wife. Okay, and then another bead there. And it goes in shot would be good.
So was it David that commissioned the rather large rocket ship?
It was.
Ah.
He has a very, very tall, and massive rocket that he commissioned me to build for him. Okay, so then that one goes there.
So I don't necessarily go out to all of the steampunk shows that Ian does, so I don't necessarily know everybody.
No, you don't. You know
I know
lots
lots of people, but I don't know everybody.
You know
so.
David and Julie.
I have met
Yes.
them.
So,
Yeah, I was going to say it might be worthwhile just waiting
yeah,
until they've grabbed
so
it.
we'll just let those grab. And I'll be back in 2 shakes of a donkey's tail.
Donkey's tail this time.
Is it a donkey's tail?
Lamb.
Lamb's tail. Well.
Spring, you see.
Oh, aye.
Okay, are they stuck?
They are stuck. They are looking fabaroony.
Excellent. Well, shall we let everybody into a little bit of a secret?
Which secret is that?
It's about an hour later and we've had lunch.
We've had lunch, yes. Also, the washers. Oh, I burnt my fingers. I've had to grind the washers down. I forgot about that because when I built it in my head,
Yeah.
I didn't actually make allowances for the fact there's a back to go on, which obviously there is.
Right. So you just ground them down using your sanding disc.
Sanding wheel, yeah.
Yeah.
So now they're
That shape.
a bit flat.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so next what we need to mix a little bit more glue.
Okay. Is this dry enough for me to be able to move?
Let's have a
now?
look. That's going nowhere.
Okay, so
Put
put that to
there.
one side
I'll
then.
take that over there. It's out of the
So
way.
we were talking about what this actually is, didn't we? Not what the purpose is, but the actual the genre, if you like.
Yes.
While we were having lunch, and we because it's a piece made up from other pieces, it's like assemblage,
Assemblage.
but it's not because it's steampunk, so it should be steamblage, shouldn't it?
Assempunk.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to stick in. Move to the centre.
So this is some more of that 2-part epoxy.
Yeah, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on these. The purpose of these, you'll find out in a minute, they are to make life easier.
Okay.
Okay. So
Intrigued
we put
now. Is
one.
this life is it going to do my laundry for me?
Could be.
Is it going to cook the meals? Take Bentley for a walk?
No, it's not that good.
Okay. It's not that much easier then, is it?
Just need to check something a moment. Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Didn't want to give anything away there.
No.
Okay.
We've seen that already.
Yes. A little bit of a. Bit
That's
more.
it. So you're just adding on that epoxy with your toothpick, cocktail stick.
Yep. And that's about in the same place as that one. I'm just doing it by eye. I'm eyeballing it because it's.
Okay. Can we just tip it a little bit just so that we can see?
Yeah.
There you go. Looks like a Muppet now, look.
Hey!
Character from Sesame Street.
Yeah, it does. Let's grab a little bit of a wet wipe a moment. Just wipe the. I know it's on the side, but I don't like to be able to see glue anywhere.
That's fine. That's just the perfectionist in you showing. Do you want me to turn it round for you?
Yes, please. Another little bit.
I like to be involved.
I think we're out of that one. So if you just drop that in the bin.
I will. Does
This
it
is
not have a lid?
No.
Okay.
This is one I made earlier, so I've got some more now. This is a new tube, so you've got to waste some to start with to get it flowing.
There we go.
There we go. Just grab a toothpick again. get that bit off there. There we are. And that's the one I want. That I don't want, because that is just one kind of glue.
Okay, so there's no like hardener or quickener or whatever they call it.
Yeah, it's a 2-part, but that's only one part of the 2-part, so it's...
It's funny how it only comes out from one first.
I think it's because one's slightly more viscous than the next. So that's that one.
A bit more vicious.
A bit more vicious, yes. More vicious, yes. One. And then that wants to be eyeballed again. So we're about there. It's not...
Doesn't have to be exact.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it makes no difference at the end of the day, because you are going to see the overall impression, not the bits.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
and again, this is the 90-second setting epoxy,
it is.
So it shouldn't take too long, and doesn't mean we're going to have an hour break.
No, it doesn't.
While it needs to set.
That's those.
Okay.
What we'll do quickly while we've got the glue out, we will get out these two.
So what are these?
Okay. These are like some lights I sell on the website. They are acrylic, and they are fitted into a plumbing fitting 15 millimeters.
And just by pure coincidence, it's the right size.
With a hammer, yes.
Okay, with a little bit of persuasion.
Yeah, a bit of persuasion.
Okay. So these were originally had little LEDs in them, and these were for what, garden lights or some kind of
a light, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I put some glue on the end of the LED. That is going to go into there.
Into the tube. A little bit of a push.
And that's that one.
And you've already wired this.
These are already wired up, ready to rumble. And then the next one is that one.
Okay.
I know you're going to say, well, why has that got a long one on, this one hasn't?
No, because it's probably going to be something like the position you're going to put it in.
It is, exactly it is.
Okay.
So they're going to dry there. Okay. While that's drying,
Okay.
we'll get our backing board.
Okie doke.
Okay, just put that over there a second to dry.
So I'll just pop it down there,
Yeah.
out of the way.
Yeah.
Luckily I've got a lid for my bins.
Just
so-
move the glue out of the way. Okay, so on this one, what I need to do, I need to find the centre.
Right.
Roughly the centre. So you're not going to see these marks. And so there's your centre there.
Okay.
Okay. We then have this, the box, which we've already covered.
Yes.
But what's clever is it's got a hole in it.
Yes.
The hole is in the middle.
So you can get it exactly the centre.
To get it exactly in the centre. He says, possibly wrong. But what I'm going to do before I do this is I'm going to take my clock.
Well, the clock face.
Clock
Anyway.
face. I'm going to feed the wire through there.
Ah,
Oh, sorry, no, I need to mark it first.
Sorry, I thought you were going to put it through the side hole.
Nope.
Okay.
So we've got a hole there,
Right.
which we'll just make a bit bigger. And then I'm going to ask Mike to plug in my drill. Ta-da!
Right, so this is your hobby drill, your Dremel.
My Dremel. All I'm going to do with this, I'm going to drill a hole.
So basically just making it big enough.
To get the wire through.
Okay, do we need this again now?
We will need it later, so...
For the time being, I'll unplug it.
Yep. Okay, so now we have the wire, which goes through the bottom there.
Okay, okay.
That then we're going to glue
Ooh.
onto there.
Right.
Okay, so we have...
And then that's going to go through...
And that's going to go through the back of the card, out of the box, yeah. I just need to use something so it doesn't touch the table.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay, so
More
again,
glue.
a little bit more glue.
To move out of the way.
Yes,
Save
please.
us some work time or work room.
Yeah, no problem. With it not taking long to set, you can work your way around from one part of the project to the next.
So by the time you need those, they're done.
By the time I need
ready.
those, they're done and ready to go. And then what I would do is then just leave everything overnight when it's all built
Yes.
to set up completely.
Excellent.
Did a class ages ago, we're going back years, And one of the lovely I used to do a steampunk class, didn't I? Do you remember?
Yes, when we had the shop.
When we had the shop, yeah. One lady, we had the 2-part mix, and she didn't realise that she had to mix it. And she tried to use it as it was, and it wasn't working. And I thought, everybody else is working. Well, it won't stick, it's rubbish. And I watched her, and she was squeezing it out and then just using it without mixing it. So basically, she was putting on either hardener, or she was putting on
the other bit.
The other bit.
Whatever it is.
It's activator and what it's called.
Just trying to read the back.
Yeah.
It doesn't really say much.
You can't actually see the back of this when it's on, because it's underneath. But I just like to be. Mike knows how tidy and fastidious I am. It has to be right. Okay, and then we just push that onto there.
And then in a minute and a half,
like
it should be dry enough to work with.
Just wipe off the excess there a little bit. Be with you presently, Mike. Thank you very much. Don't get it on your hands, it's horrible stuff. What hurt you?
No.
Don't do you any good. Right, I'm going to leave that to set for a moment. That's now got the glue there.
Okay, so we're building up,
We should be in the middle. It'll take a little while to set that because there's quite a bit of glue on it, so we'll pop that over there and come back to that.
Okay. So is there anything else we can do
presently? Yes.
In the meantime?
Yeah, okay. So we're going to make some little pieces. So we have...
So what are these?
These are 15mm reducers.
And these
these
springs?
are 2 springs from my friend Karen, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Lovely.
Steve gets me all sorts of bits and bats and bobs and stuff. So the purpose of this is we're going to put those into there. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to glue the crystals on top.
Ooh. Bling as well.
So it'll look like that.
Bling, bling.
Okay. So there's 2 to do. The different sizes doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Scrap one of those. Doesn't matter at all. I did actually have some other ones, and then I realised they were physically too big and wouldn't do what I wanted them to do. No, they've got glue on them. You get it all in your hands.
Just give me it here. Don't worry about tidying up. I'll sort that out.
Oh. You're like my Johnny, aren't you?
Sorry?
Fanny Craddock and Johnny.
No, that's a British thing.
Is it?
Yes.
If you're in the States, have a look. Hilarious woman.
She was hideous.
She was hideous. She was like a caricature of a woman. She was a cook in the late 50s, early 60s.
And 70s.
And 70s. She believed in like the early start of Nouvelle Cuisine, where you would pipe coloured egg mayonnaise into little boats and put little pipe cleaners and purees and bright green. Oh, have a look. She's hilarious. Her husband was a long-suffering chap called Johnny.
Alcoholic.
I'm not surprised married to her. It was a very good dramatised thing with her, with Julia. What's she called?
I can't remember.
This lady called Julia played her, and there we are. So while we're doing there, just going to get some glue on those, just so it sets. The glue does dry completely transparent. So if you can see a little bit of it, well, you won't because it's behind the frame as well. So, and by pulling it round,
there you go.
We're pulling the glue round, so it's getting into the screw,
This is great. Just seeing how things all kind of fit together, or don't fit together, but they do fit together when you...
We'll leave that for a moment.
When you start to make them fit,
yes.
if you like.
Okay. Little tin.
Craft tin.
Craft tin. We have a shop called The Range in the UK. You've got Hobby Lobby or...
Michael's.
Or
Joanne's.
Okay.
Morning.
Yep, okay. There are more options available. Okay, so what I've done is the tin comes with a transparent plastic lid. So I've cut the lid out.
The plastic bit out.
The lid. And I've drilled 2 holes there. You may ask what are the 2 holes for?
Screws.
Precisely. Self-tapping screws. Oh, not in the glue. Self-tapping screws. Go through there to hold it all together.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's this going to be used for?
This is where the battery goes.
Oh, so this is going to be like the battery housing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get it off of there. Okay. What I need to do is just to put a little mark there.
So that you know where the holes go.
And I know the holes will match up, yeah. Clever. Right, okay. So I've got a circle of MDF, which I've painted copper. I'm just going to get some glue, and I'm going to glue that into there.
Using the epoxy again.
I think I'm going to use the epoxy.
But you could use the glossy accent.
I could use the glossy accent, but I'll use the epoxy for speed.
Yeah, because glossy accents just take longer to dry.
Yes, it does. There we go. I always try to pull the plunger back in the tube because it will pull the glue back in and it won't run out. And it will keep going.
Yes.
As gravity or suction, whatever it is, forces it to come back out again. Okay, get that done. And then we'll just put a little bit of glue on the edge. You don't have to paint the back.
Because it'll never be seen.
You're not going to see it once it's it's on top of the tin. You're not going to see it. Keep it to the edges. There's no point putting any in the middle. You'll just waste your glue.
Because it's going over the hole.
It's going over the hole. Okay, just pull some.
Who was it when we used to do cards? You used to cut holes.
Susie.
Talk about frugal crafting. If she was doing mats and layers on card front, she'd cut sections out in the middle so she wasn't wasting
any. There we go. Again, we don't want the glue to show. If we turn it over, you'll see that
there you go.
The glue's there. What we'll do is just put that to set for a moment.
Right, so we've got the lights that are set in, you've got the back of the clock face that's set in, you've got your springs that are set in.
But what's good is I just weigh that down with a couple of jars of Mike's magic stuff. One, two.
That should do it, it's pretty heavy enough.
Yeah. Okay, so next.
Are we running out of space? Do we need to move things out of the way?
Let me think.
Do we need a bit of a tidy up session?
Yeah, I think we'll have a quick tidy. Oh, I know, we'll glue the... That's that. We'll glue the diamonds in.
All right.
Because diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Apparently so.
Oh yeah. With these, it's just a little bit, just to hold them in.
So are you going to put that on the spring and then drop the diamond onto it?
I think so. A little bit on top of the spring and then rotate.
Not real diamonds, I might add. They're acrylic.
Oh, they're not? Oh, I'm so disappointed. I thought 200 for £1.75 were real diamonds.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I'll just put a little bit on the top, rotating it, keeping it on the inside.
So these are the acrylic diamonds that you get for table decorations for weddings and things.
They are. And that will just go in and sit.
Brilliant. Am I giving you secrets away saying things like that?
No.
He says no, and then screws his face up at me.
No, I haven't screwed. I've only screwed my face up at you once so far.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I just want to...
I can't be watching.
Oh, caring.
Yeah.
So that goes into there. See, that's tight up. That will just sit on there.
Well.
So I'll put that off screen there.
Yep. Kind of intrigued what these little diamonds are going to be for.
Well, it should work.
You're not creating like a high-powered death ray laser, are you?
Oh, we watched Murdoch the other night and they'd done that, and it was 19...
It's like 1910 or something. They created the first laser.
Yes, that was funny.
Please.
Right, we'll have a quick tidy.
The Murdoch Mysteries.
The Murdoch Mysteries. And I'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
Well, it's exciting now. We're on to the back bits.
Hey.
Okay, so what I've done is I've painted some MDF, and I bought them. It just sounds dodgy, I acquired, but I bought these. And these are big, well, they're very massive copper seals.
Yes, and they are proper.
Yeah,
Proper copper.
that's what they look like before they're cleaned.
Proper copper.
Proper copper, and I just rub it over with some cleaner. What we need to do is we need to adhere that to there.
Okay, does it have to be in the middle?
It does. So what I'll do is I'll use glossy accents.
Mm-hmm. Right, which will give you a little bit of wiggle room.
It will.
But not a lot, because you put it on paper.
That's right. So I'm thinking about there. So quick measure, 45, 40, oh dear, a bit off, wasn't there? 42, 42.
42.
And if I'm clever, oh,
Look at that.
splendid. Okay, so that's right in the middle. Oh, there we are. Okay.
And then that one's.
This is the second one.
Is that going round as well? It's looking rather nice.
That's going to go on there. So a little bit of glossy accents on the back of there. What is very funny with this, if you have copper and you put the glossy accents and leave it, it goes bright green.
It will do. It'll
But
oxidise, won't it?
but not normal green. It goes like a furry green, so it almost grows.
Oh right.
I think it must react with the copper.
So you think the copper pulls through and capillaries through the?
I think it does something weird. Yeah.
Be interesting to see. I wonder if it'll work on a coin.
Possibly.
Maybe the copper content's not big enough on a coin because it's got tin and.
Just pull it towards me a minute. Just have a look at.
I think they've all seen your ball patch before anyway.
Right.
Mwah.
Wahahaha. Okay, so that's
Looking good
there.
so far.
All right. We're going to make life easy for ourselves now. Which makes a change. He says, "Have you got a pickup tool up here?"
No, you stole it ages ago. Never replaced it.
Right. Okay then. So I'll be back in a second because I forgot to bring that with me.
Oh, okay. Is it in the garage?
It is.
Okay.
You'll never find it.
No, I won't. You're right. Let's pop it on hold for a second then.
2 minutes, and I'll be back.
Might even make a coffee in the process.
Woohoo!
Are we back then?
We're back. I've got me. Look at the state of this.
Well loved.
Well loved. Okay, so all people have asked me when I build the machines. I always have rivets on them.
Faux rivets.
Faux rivets. You know, how do you do it? How do you drill little holes and put rivets in? You don't.
No.
What I use is glossy accents again as a glue. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the top on. Right, we'll set. Use my pickup tool and I buy half pearls.
Flat-backed.
Flat-backed pearls.
Of the bronze colour variety.
Bronze colour variety, yeah.
And the pickup tool, if you're wondering, is from We Are Memory Keepers, and I think that's what they call it.
It is pickup tool.
Yes. It's got like a blue tacky kind of thing.
Yeah, and it just is brilliant for this. You couldn't do this with it without. You couldn't stick these on.
No.
When I build rockets, there's upwards of 1,500 rivets on them, maybe more. You physically couldn't.
Well, you could, it'd just take you forever.
Yeah, it would. And just one to go there. These are actually the colour is called dark coffee.
Alright, so that's like a bronzy colour, isn't it?
Yeah. You can get all different colours. And
Wouldn't look right though, unless you were putting like metallic-y, metal-y colours on.
no, it wouldn't.
Metallic-y metal.
Metallic-y metally.
Yeah, it was a bit of a tautology, wasn't it?
Is that like that's something that walks really slowly? A tautology.
The tortoise and the
Tortoise and the tautology.
Yeah.
Okay, and then right, we've got them at the six. What would you call it?
Points of the compass?
Points of the compass, yeah. But what we're going to do with the middle one, we're going to work the opposite way. So we're going to put them between.
Right.
So 1.
Offset.
That's the word I was looking for. Your tummy's rumbling.
It is. I don't understand why, because we have had lunch.
We have had lunch.
Unless what I ate for lunch doesn't agree with me.
I doubt that.
Or I ate too much. Possibly. For lunch.
Possibly. And then just put... what I do is I just moisten the end, just put it in my mouth. And... because it's easier.
Enough said.
Yeah, enough said.
It might have been that coleslaw. It might not have been the freshest.
Still by date, what was it?
I don't know.
January.
There was only a little bit left, so I thought I'd use it up.
Oh well.
So...
Moment on the hips. Moment on the lips. Lifetime
lifetime
on the hips. Okay. 1, 2.
The coleslaw's not fattening though.
It is in the mayonnaise. 3.
Well, shot butt coleslaw.
Okay. So,
That looks great.
pretty darn good.
It does.
Okay.
Looking very steampunky.
I'll do my best.
Yes.
Okay. So, what we'll do, we'll put that to one side. just to let everything dry. I'll put it up there, Matt.
Okay.
Thank you very much indeed. There, that's great. All that will dry up there.
Right. So what's
and we will
next?
come back to the frame, please.
The frame.
Voila.
As if by magic.
Okay, they're set. Yeah, they're great. Okay, they're also flush with the back.
Yep.
Or as they damn it, flush with the back, which means the back will sit on top.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't check it because you've got.
I've just got it glued.
Yes.
Right. So what we're going to do now, we need to drill.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
So hang on, mate.
We need to drill some holes in the middle of these.
There you go, sir.
Thanking you. Not to drill into Mike's desk. In the garage where I work.
Being careful, but didn't manage it.
I'm sure that was there already. Come on, boys and girls watching. We know I didn't do that, did we? That's better. Okay, so we've got the 2 holes. We only need 2 holes, thank you, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, we'll turn it the other way around. These are the ones with no holes in.
Yes.
These are having
Oh, okay.
those in them.
Ooh.
The reason we have put the washers in, the washers support
Ah, the copper pipe.
the copper pipe.
And they're just the right size.
Yeah, if not, you end up trying to make it glue and there's nothing for it to key to and it will get wobbly quickly.
Right, okay.
I'm just going to clean out a little bit of the glue that's in there that we didn't get off. So just use that. There we are.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A little bit of the epoxy because
Even though it's holding and it's quite sturdy, you can still. It's still not 100% hard, is it?
no, it'll take about 6 hours to set properly.
But it's dry enough and hard enough for you to
Yeah.
work with after 90 seconds.
Yes, so that goes there, and that one goes there.
Okay. Are they the right? Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter which one goes in which.
Okay.
So you should. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we'll do, I will get this. I'll need something that's about that high.
Do I need to hold it?
No, I don't. I need something that will, because I'm going to leave it for a minute or two to set.
I think I'm going to have to hold it because you won't get anything which is the exact right size. I'm telling you now.
I usually manage to find something somewhere that will wedge underneath.
It's about this. Will this fit?
I think it's too big. It is too big. Does it open up?
Yes.
That's not too big though. We don't smoke. It's just
an old
cigar
cigarette
tin.
Cigar tin, yes.
Yes. So
Which I purchased at a recent
Steampunk event,
which was
February,
it February?
and we went to Whitby.
Seems like a lifetime ago. That's
doesn't
when
it?
we used to be able to actually leave the house and go places.
Oh, I don't remember that. I must have been too young. Okay, so what we'll do now, we need a little bit more glue. So I may have to go and get another piece of card presently.
Nah, I've got plenty of card.
Have you got plenty of card?
Yeah.
Okay, what's nice about this is, let's pull that in there, put that over there.
Nice about what?
This glue,
Yeah.
the fact it is so gloopy that if you put it inside one of these reducers that I'm using there, put it round, put it on the thing and just tap it, the glue slides down and forms a really
okay.
strong seal.
That's good.
You haven't got to try and get just like a millimetre's glue on the pipe. See, this is the bottom because the lights are in the top because you will not see the wires. Once they're on and I've taped it and painted it, you won't see the wires because it's also on top of the frame. So
Right. Well, at this stage, only you know what you're talking about there because we don't.
you don't, do you?
No.
Just take it as ready. It's going to be lovely.
Well, we get that.
Okay, so I'll just put a little bit. Oh, nice. I'm not.
Yeah.
You don't have to be careful with it because it will start to pull down.
Okay.
So I'll just. I haven't put that one on yet, so that's fine.
I love the fact that they're actually wobbling.
They're like beady boppers used to wear in the 80s. Was it 80s?
I don't know.
You're too young. Yeah, right. Yes. Okay, and then that one is just going to go in
And sits in there.
like that.
But we'll have to show.
We'll show you from the back in a moment when it's set.
Yeah. So it's just
Use
a
those
minute
there.
and a half or so.
Oh yeah, it's not going to take long.
It'll be even less because we can do the Miracle of Magic TV filmy thing, can't we?
Yes, we can.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, whatever
We can
it's
that.
called.
I'm going to leave those to set for a moment, and we'll be back presently. And I'm back. Okay, so we've now got the centerpiece and the backing board, which is dry. But the obvious flaw is there is no hole for the wire. So we've already. Thank you, nurse. Okay.
Well, that's a good job, isn't it?
Well, it always drops out if you move it from side to side.
Is it warm?
No, not particularly.
Ow!
Yes,
Yes.
possibly. Just leave it. No, don't leave it. It's fine. You put it far too far in it, you'll break it. You're not mechanically minded. Okay, so our clock face,
Right.
which we've already done.
So, I've just said you're not making a clock, are you?
No, I'm not making a clock.
Because it's not a clock movement.
No, it's not a clock movement.
Right.
It's a clock movement. It's not a clock movement. No, if it is, it's a very, very, very fast clock movement. So what I'll do now is just got to.
Do you want me to hold that while you pull the wires through, or do you have to put glue on
I'm just
it?
trying to work out where the wire's going to go. Up and through. That's plenty there. So that's fine. Fine. And what I'll do now is I will.
Is the hole big enough for those taped up wires to go
No, the
through?
taped up wires are going back into the box underneath. So
Right.
so those will push back into there.
Right,
into the
okay.
hole.
Right. So you've already extended the wires?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Because otherwise it'd have been a 4-hour video.
It would. Could I have another piece of card, please?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So
I'm not bothered what colour.
There they are.
Oh, thank you. Oh, lovely. Oh, other dog food is available.
Don't throw anything away. Use those for tags. For
Well, I was supposed to be doing the cover of my journal today.
You were,
My journal, my art journal.
but unfortunately the ink didn't arrive in time.
And the new printer hasn't arrived either because the
No.
delivery man couldn't find the address, apparently, which is a load of rubbish.
They just didn't bother trying to.
I don't think they bothered trying. No,
No.
I agree. So I'll just get that mixed up nicely. Could use glossy accents on this, but it will take a while to dry.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of glue, keeping it towards the inside.
So
Because,
that it doesn't squish out.
yeah, theoretically it shouldn't squish out. It probably will a little bit. But we're putting flat surface onto flat surface. So that helps dramatically or dramatically.
Dramatically. Another word for the dictionary?
It is. So I'm going to push those back into there. One and
Very carefully.
two. Wondering why they won't push in. They should go in.
Is it
with
the
this.
motor that's in there?
It might be.
Just needs a little bit of persuasion, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is the motor, you're right, Mike.
So,
It's to go to one side a little
Yeah.
bit like that.
there we go.
Okay, so pull that through. Well, I've got it on. That was a bit of a faff.
We just managed to get it through, didn't we?
Yeah, got the wires through the back. It was a bit difficult because the glue was setting and the wires would not go into the box because the motor's about, as we saw, it's about that deep. So it takes up quite a bit of the so there you go. So there you've got the clock face on there.
Right, so is the front bit now dry enough for you to show what,
Well, we had
what
to,
other adjustment we
Yeah.
had to make?
with making this blind this morning and thinking, oh yeah, that'll go there. I forgot the one golden rule. Measure it.
Yeah.
So what I discovered was that the spring on this side was too long.
So we've had to adjust the spring.
So we've done a little bit of DIY on it.
Right, so that's the back, isn't it? So if you turn it, that's what it's going to look like.
So that's
What it's going to look like from the front.
front.
We're getting there.
Getting there. Okay, so next we need to put in, I've used that, it's nice, that little stand. We need to put in the lights. Okay, so we're working on the same principle as the bottom ones. They're in the same size reducers which fit inside there.
inside the washers.
Little washers, yeah.
Okay.
But what I've got there, I've got a little bit of glue there that I need to get rid of.
Okay. So these are LEDs inside those little housings, aren't they?
They are.
I never asked you. Are they white or are they coloured?
That'd be a nice question, wouldn't it? I'm not telling you.
You're not going to tell me? Okay.
I'll tell you till it's finished. Why should I give away my secrets? I'll just scrape a bit of glue out there. Glue. Oh, there we go. That's better.
It's actually not very often I sit with you while you actually create something from start to finish.
No, it isn't. You're right. Right, let me just double check now. I have to think this through, you see, in my head. So, yeah. So, the long one has to go here. So that goes through there. So we pull one of the taped pieces through first.
Okay. And then the other one after.
And then the other one after, because if you try and pull them both through together, it's
jam.
a big no-no.
Haha. There's a nice little handy tip and technique.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just make some glue and I'll be back in a second.
Excellent.
Okay then, glue time.
Right, so everything's secure again now.
Everything's secure again now, yeah. So we need a little bit of glue. We'll do one at a time for these lights. Get it mixed up.
Mixy mixy.
If you don't mix it properly, it just doesn't set properly. There we are. Okay, so.
Do you need me to hold it?
No, I'll be fine, thank you, I think. Just put your hand on the card to stop it sliding. Thank you very much. Like before, just get it in there. No matter how much we put on, we'll do one at a time of these.
Mm.
There we go. There we go. And we pull through, and then that will go into there like that.
Okay.
So if you just pull the wire lightly for me. Pull. Right, thank you. Thank you very much. And I will hold that until it sets.
Well, in that case, then I'd better stop the camera.
I think you better, yeah. Okay, so that one's now dry. We left it for about 5 minutes, didn't we?
Something like that, yes.
Okay, and the second one I'll pop in as well. Again, the thing about the epoxy is don't try and use it up when you've made it. If you come back to it and it becomes gelatinous, jello-like, forget it. Because it's 3/4 of the way to cure. You stick anything on with that,
It'll just drop off again.
it'll just drop off again. Because it'll peel off. Because it hasn't got the chemical. It's like using blue tack or white tack to try and stick something together. It never sets.
No.
If it's in gelatinous form and you start using it, you'll disturb. Presumably it must be the magic chemistry in it, because it doesn't work.
Fair enough.
It's like trying to use hot glue gun when the glue's not hot enough.
Ah, it just peels off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it will with this as well.
If you don't mix it,
If you don't mix it
or
properly.
use it just after you've mixed it.
Could I have your help, please? Just
Yes.
hold that for me. Hold it from that side, please.
There you go.
Thank you. Just want to get the wires in the. Keep it upright, please.
Do you want me to move those around this side?
Yes, please. Put it all in now. There's no point saving it, as I've said previously. Okay, that one then goes through there. This is easier because it hasn't got an extension.
There's no joins.
No joins in it. There we are. So that goes through like. Just knocking it so the
The glue
glue
drops.
starts to drop.
And again, we'll have to hold it for a minute or so.
We will, so I will just turn the camera off and we'll be back in a second. Yeah, we're dry, that's great. So, that is what it looks like
So far.
so far.
Alright, suitably strange. Suitably steampunk. Are we okay with this
Yes,
now?
if you move that please. Okay. We're now going to put this in there. Okay?
And it has to be...
It has to be, you have to be able to get it in, so it goes in.
And then just woggle those to the
And
side.
woggle those to the side, which is why
They're on springs.
they're on springs. So I'm not as daft as I am cabbage looking.
Look at that now. It's looking absolutely...
Bizarre.
Yeah. Liking it.
Right, I'm just going to just have a little check something a minute. Yeah, that's fine. No wires are trapped.
Nope.
Okay, we turn it over. I put that onto there.
Mm-hmm. And then we're ready for sticking it down.
We need to fasten it down. I'm going to go and get some panel pins or something because we can't use glue on this.
Okay.
I've decided not to nail it in. I'm actually going to screw it in because we're going to do things properly.
Proper like.
So I need you to hold this for me as I'm holding it there.
Right, okay.
So just hold it, please. Got it?
Yep.
Right, I'm then going to drill.
You're going to make sure that the corners are all...
Yeah, I'm just going to drill
Hang on. Come.
a little hole. Just put a little. I'm going to do it properly.
It's not very posh.
Okay. Electric screwdriver.
Has it been charged?
I think it might need charging. Okay, that's one.
That's going nowhere.
Just double check, let go please. Everything's fine. I'll do this corner next. This one.
Oh, okay.
Because if we only used a bradawl and made a small hole, as soon as we start screwing it, it would split it all.
And that's not good.
And that's not what we want.
Okay, right, so we've done those two. We may as well just jump to the end where we've done all four, because you've seen it done twice.
And there we are. Okay, so
Looks nicely finished on the back now.
so we have that now. Okay, this is the fun bit for me.
The fun bit.
Yeah, the other bit was just a bit of a trauma from start to finish, to be honest with you. Okay, so
It's looking really, really good, actually.
okay, so copper tape,
So, copper tape. Proper copper tape.
proper copper tape,
Okay.
but it's not expensive craft tape.
No. What is it?
Slug killer.
Oh, it's the stuff you put round plant pots. and
Round
stuff.
plant pots, slugs don't like copper. It's like they generate an electrical current and it frightens them to death. So they will not attack your plants. And this is what it is.
Ah.
So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the copper tape. I'm going to start there. Don't worry about the fact that it's all raggy at the end. It makes no difference at the moment. Because I'm just going to put it across there. Off the end. And then just rub it with my nail to polish it out. Oopsie daisy.
It'll take on the wood grain anyway.
Characteristics of the wood underneath.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. That's one. Just use these fantastic Tempus scissors. Okay. I'm not pushing the end down, and you'll see why in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Let's work our way around. We want to overlap these as well.
Okay. In like a cross pattern.
In yeah, like just crossing the corners. On that. Move it down with your nail. The reason I'm not using any tools on it is because I don't want to scratch the tape. If you use your fingers,
You could use a bone folder to burnish it though, couldn't you?
yeah, you could.
Yeah.
So that's on there. So we'll just do the next one. Take that off there, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. You get all different thicknesses. I've got this thickness and 3mm
Width.
width. Yes. Yeah, width's not thicknesses. Sorry. Yeah.
It is quite sticky as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's made for plant pots, So
Well, it's meant for a porous surface, such as terracotta.
Yeah.
So it has to be sticky.
Yes.
Sticky.
Sticky icky tape.
Sticky fingers.
Alright, so I'm just going to go straight off the edge of there, both ends.
So I should imagine then available from most garden centres or
Hardware shops, garden centres.
when they're open
You
or
can-
back open.
Yeah, when they're back up. You can actually buy stained glass window tape. Tim Holtz does some for glass crafts. You know, where you put little pictures behind glass and you put foil around them.
Does he?
He does. I had some once. It was £8 a roll. This roll off eBay is, other shops are available, was about £3.
Didn't one of my lovely ladies have a stash of this stuff and sent it to you from the States?
She did.
Was it Cindy?
It was Cindy. It's Cindy Utter.
Yes, my good friend. Well, a good friend.
Okay, just lightly.
Never met her.
Scalpel.
Always been very, very pleasant whenever we've dealt with each other.
Just lightly, very lightly.
Ah, very tiddy. Again.
Because it's not one of the devil's in the detail, isn't it?
Well, yes, they do say so.
Okay. If you make a mess of it, it's easy enough just to
Peel it back off again.
peel it back off and start again, which I've done many times. The reason I'm not worried about some of the corners, and you'll discover in a moment. Just get that off there. Yeah, two.
He says, flicking the bits of copper at me.
I
How
know,
dare
I
you?
realised what I'd done then. Sorry, I do apologise.
It's a good job I wasn't drinking anything at the time, wasn't it? I'd had floaters in my drink. Bits of copper, but I suppose it'd have sunk.
It would have sunk, wouldn't it?
It'd have sunk it to the bottom.
Sunk it to the bottom, yeah. Okay.
We do make up a lot of our own words, don't we?
It's easier that way.
When you've been together as long as we have,
21 years.
21 years, yes. Recently celebrated our 21st anniversary, 9th of April, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you do kind of develop a shorthand, don't you?
Well, he says something sometimes. I look at him and I go, "You're a witch."
Well, you say that both times anyway.
I do actually, yeah. Okay, so that's that. Yep. Let's get in the middle.
That looks
That's
great.
better. Okay, so
Shiny.
one of my gauges.
Yes.
This
Can I just do
I will just mix some glue.
The reason it's shiny is because it is a raised dome glass cabochon with the dial underneath, so it is actually slightly magnified and stuck onto one of your fabulous.
It's just an
Dial
MDF
things.
circle. Yeah, dial and then an MDF circle behind it.
Did I ever use those 2.5 inch MDF coins that I had done? Can you remember?
I don't remember.
I can't remember whether I ever used
either.
them. They must be around, kicking around somewhere if I haven't. Yeah, so almost the same size as the ATCs, aren't they? Though?
Yeah.
Big ones.
Okay, bit of glue on there.
Right. Oh, that's going in the corner.
That's going, as you quite rightly say,
Fab.
in the corner. Because I want to get the layers, all the layers building up.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, you see into it, you can see the lights, you can see the copper work. So
The
that's
springs.
the springs. Right, that's there.
Mhm.
Brings us back to our friend the tin.
Oh yes.
Our friend the
The
tin
craft tin.
is going up there.
Right.
So what I've done is I'll just turn around while I do my ting. There we are.
More tings.
More tings. So I will put that there. I'll mark it with. Yep, just marking it. Make sure I'm not going to split the wood, which is not what I want.
Oh, you're drilling again?
Yeah, I'm just going to have a tiny little drill this time.
I've still no idea where this is going.
And we have our screws.
What did we do without lithium-ion batteries?
Spent a fortune.
On cables?
Yeah.
An extension cable?
Yeah. As I said before, if you put it into a frame a screw into a frame without drilling first,
it'll split.
you're just going to split your frame. You're going to end up all upset and have to have a lie down with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and a chocolate biscuit
In a dark room.
in a darkened room.
With a tea towel.
Because we've always got them. Oh, we've also got to make sure that it doesn't go through the thin frame
Yes.
as well.
Because it's a shadow box frame.
It is. Okay, so there we go. Right. Next, going to get out the rivets again.
Your faux rivets.
4 rivets.
Faux rivets.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate the frame
Okay.
with the 4 rivets.
All right. That's going to take some time, isn't it?
It is. I'll do some. We'll fast forward.
Do 2 or 3, and then we'll whip through.
Just got a bit too much glue there. It's come out a bit quick. That's because it's your glue, not mine. Yours glue comes out a lot faster. There we are. So 1,
Using up my glossy
2,
accents.
1, 2, 1, 2. Put the top on. We don't want to. I mean, Steampunk is all about rivets and metals, and I'm not one of these protagonists that says Steampunk. You stick a cog on it, it makes it Steampunk. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
Well, you've got your coggy bits in there anyway.
I have coggy bits, but I'm not just sticking a Steampunk.
No.
Sticking a cog on something and saying it's Steampunk.
No, clockwork is just one part of it.
Oh yeah.
Steampunk means steam.
Yeah.
So if you've got gears and steam valves and that kind of stuff, it's, you know, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to mark every inch. So I want to make sure they're all even intervals. I'm just using a bit of a pencil, because sometimes I do it and I set off and it goes really well and I get to the end and it's too short.
Okay. Well, this is going to take some time,
It
so
is,
let's jump to the end.
We're going to fast forward or jump.
Whatever. It depends on what the time's like when we finish the editing.
Okay. And we're done. That's that. So we've now got all the rivets on.
Okay.
Okay. That looks pretty good actually.
I'm still intrigued by when you said that's where the battery's going.
Hmm.
Of course, because it's got right.
Nah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, we'll come back to what we did earlier.
Pennies just dropped.
Okay, what we did earlier, we stuck the top on.
MDF disc.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
And just double check where the mark is. It's there. So, which one's got the mark on it? That one.
Oh, it's the epoxy glue I can smell.
Okay, so I'll just put that quickly on there so we can have a quick check to make sure it is where it's supposed to be.
Don't forget your rivets aren't properly dry
yes,
yet.
of course. Thank you. That's fine.
Right, do we have to give it a bit of time just to dry?
No, I think we're all right. We just want to. All we want to do now is just to make sure. Sorry, a little diddy switch.
Yes. It's a tiny, tiny little toggle switch.
Proper switch, made for dolls' houses and things.
Railway sets, I
Yeah,
believe.
right, and they're on my website.
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to go there. So the reason I put that on there is so I can see and make sure that when you push the switch, it's in the right place. So just make a hole in there and a hole there.
Right.
And then just lift that off there. Just move that over there for a second.
Okay. I'm just looking at the battery power because we've been at this 2.5 hours probably.
We need a little rest, do we?
Well, yeah, the battery probably could do with a little bit of a recharge. I know you lot haven't been watching this for 2.5 hours. I hope, but that was, you know, because of the editing.
Well, we're nearly there.
We are nearly there. Let's just, while you're screwing this on,
Yeah, you're going to have a rest.
let's just give it 5 minutes just to charge up a little bit, a wee bit,
Okay.
and then we'll be back. Go to sleep. Ooh.
Ooh. There we go. I think that's it. Yeah, that's on.
Okay, lovely.
That's the flippity floppity switch. Okay, flippity floppity.
Flip it.
Okay, so what we'll do now is, can I have that tin back, please, that you
What
lent me
tin?
earlier? The little cigar tin.
Oh, okay, yep.
So we can prop it up and I can show you how I'm going to wire it all together. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Bentley Bubbles.
So, let's prop that up.
Hello. It's come to see you.
I need you to just hold it there for me.
Like
No,
that?
no, just hold it there.
Like that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So we've now got all the wires coming out the top. So we'll put those through there. I've drilled a little hole in the tin while you're away.
Oh, is that for the wires to go through?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I thought I might as well. Okay, and then that's the other one.
That's the other set.
There's a set of lights. Okay. The reason they're all at the top is because you won't see them when there's. We're going to put some tape across the
It's going
cover.
to be hidden behind the lip.
They are going to be hidden, and there's the motor itself. They're all going to go in there as well.
Okay, so shall we just turn it around so they can see all the wires coming in?
Hang on. Don't be so fast.
Hang on.
It has to be done in the correct way or it's not going to lie flat.
That's me told.
It is you told. Consider it done. Things have to be done in a certain way. Before we show anything, I just want to grab that tape and just put it on the back to keep the wire where it is. This is some black duct tape. It performs. The only thing it does is to make the back look nice and tidy, where the wire comes out the back.
Right. Give it a
You don't actually need to put it on, but it just tidies things up.
Yes.
It's all about appearance, isn't it?
Apparently so. Oh.
Yeah, that's much nicer now. Okay, so, yeah, okay, what did you want to do?
I wanted to turn it around so they could see the wires coming out the hole at the
Yeah,
top.
that's perfect.
So there you go.
Okay, so now, back onto the top again. We've covered up.
It was you had to open it out.
No, I didn't, I used it the other way a minute ago. Because it
Okay.
holds it up upright.
Right.
So if you just hold the bottom of it there where you held it before, please.
Okay.
I'm just going to put...
I do have my uses.
You do.
Not many.
Not many, but you do have your uses. Okay. Let's double check I've got the right piece, yeah.
It's very sticky, that tape, isn't
It's
it?
very lovely tape, actually. These are the tin bolts not get sticky scissors, which are sticky.
They do get sticky.
They do. Not supposed to. According to him. A little bit more off there, I think.
I think these are the ones that stay sharp because they've got the serrated edges. I don't know about sticky.
Oh, I thought these were the ones that weren't supposed to get sticky.
No.
Okay, then we'll just put a little bit of tape just to cover those wires up. It just looks tidier.
But like you said, you won't see this anyway because it's going to be hidden behind that lip.
Yeah, it's all hidden behind the lip. You won't see, but when it's on the wall, you'll just know that it's all nice and tidy. Just like to do things properly, that's all. And I'm a pain with it, but it's just the way I like to do things. There we go. And then just put that down there, just to cover those.
A few little wires up. I think that's Mr. Bentley Bob's asking to go out for a wee-wee.
It doesn't, it's just been for his walk, he's just messing about, leave him. If he doesn't want a wee-wee, he's had about 500, he should be completely utterly empty by now. Let me just trim round that little... There we go. If you want to go and let him out then.
Yeah, he is being rather insistent.
He is. That's the back covered, so we're back onto the front. So we've got all the wires coming in here now. We actually only want to have a short piece on them, so we'll cut them all to be level, like that. There we go. Okay, the way the switch works is the live comes in on the left, so basically the electricity comes in there, but it can't make the contact till you do that, goes down and then lights everything up. So I'm going to use this little piece of white as a red piece, because I use lots of red Did he want to go out?
He did want to go out, yes.
And then to come back in again?
Yes.
Yes.
Because Teddy was outside.
Would anybody like to buy a dog?
Teddy was outside.
Right, can you help me? I'm trying to find a small screwdriver.
Put these two here.
That's those up there, yes, thank you. Okay, so just unscrew that side. And that is where the red comes in. Yeah. I don't use wire cutters, I just bite them. Okay, so that goes through that one there. I need new glasses. There we are. Trying to. No wonder it doesn't work. I'm trying to put it through a rivet. Duh.
There's a new one.
Stupid ass that I am.
Stupid what?
Stupid ass. There we go. I'll just fold that onto there. And then that will go into that side, like that. Small screwdriver, because that's where the power comes in from the battery.
Right.
And then the power comes out at the top. So it makes the contact when you push it down, the contact closes. When it's up, that's off, and that's on. So I'm just going to put a little piece of white. I always use white. I've got a big roll of white given, so I use the white instead of red. It's black as normal, but the white.
So to make the switch work, as long as it's the same colour coming in as the same colour going out,
Yes,
it'll work because it's an interrupt.
that's right. Yeah.
Don't wire
The
black
red.
and red together.
No, because your battery will get very hot,
As some people have done in
as
the
some
past.
people have done in the past. Yeah. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to put. We now need to get all the reds. Remember, the whites are reds as well.
Mm-hmm.
So all the reds go together there,
Yeah.
and all the blacks go together there.
And you're just going to join them all together as
Join
one.
them all together as one. And I don't. You want to see my ball patch, so you'll have to. You have to wait till I've done it.
And action.
Okay, we've got all the wires together now in there. I'm just going to use a little soldering gun. A little bit of solder.
It obviously doesn't take long to heat up then.
Oh, it's a fast heat one. There we go. Well, the old one I had took ages to heat up, at least.
Did I buy this one for Christmas or birthday or something?
Christmas.
Was it Christmas?
Let's put that there. So just tape those up. Oh,
Yes, thank you.
Lindsay's got Teddy.
See, that's what it went out for earlier.
Okay, so I've got just cut some tape. I'll just put myself in a bit closer. There we are.
Shuffle up with your chair.
Shuffle it with my chair. Just to stop them touching. There's no. It's not dangerous or anything. It's not going to go catch fire or go bang.
Well, the
It's
battery's
only-
not attached yet, is it?
No, but it's only 9 volts. So even if they did, it would just go flat.
Yeah.
There isn't enough power to create problems. Okay,
So
so
very safe.
very safe. Okay, so we'll just make sure the switch is turned off. Off, that's off, good. Right, just get my battery. It's a 9-volt battery that you put in a smoke alarm. Lovely jubbly.
When you just flick it just to make sure it
No,
actually works.
no, I know it's going to work. I've tried it off camera. I'm not spoiling the surprise. You're itching for this. You're itching for something. Okay, so they're just going to there, and that goes down onto there,
Yeah,
like that.
that's-
Just line the holes up.
You're pretty much there actually.
Just get one of my screws. Up it there. Okay. So there's it. One. And the screw goes in there. It's just to keep the top on the tin, that's all.
I'm saying nothing about having the screw loose.
Yeah. So it's all tidy now. We've got everything as it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get rid of that rubbish.
Now, I'm still intrigued to see what the motor's going to be used for?
Ah, well, right. Before we forget, little ring to go around there, just a little bit of decoration.
Okay, just a little finishing touch.
Yeah, it's all about the finishing touches.
Let's clean it out of the way.
Okay. Very glossy accents again. Just.
Are we done with this glue?
Yes. No. No, we aren't.
Okay, I'll walk through it in a
We
minute.
need some more in a minute. I'll just pull that down so I can have a look. There we go. It's just a little bit of detail.
Yes, makes all the difference.
It does. Okay, so put that there for now. So we need the other bits and bobs.
The other bits.
So we have circle of MDF
Okay.
with a little.
Can this be moved to one side now while you work on the final bit? Or I'm presuming this is the final bit.
This is the final bit, yeah. Let me think. Just leave it there.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as you've got enough workspace.
I have, and I've got those.
Ooh,
And those.
some little metal wings.
Indeed. So, just want to. She's a bit too stark and black and white.
Just want to warm her up a little
Warm
bit.
up a little bit the edges, yeah. These paper dolls are ace. I'm not as you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a massive crafter, but I think these are so clever.
What, die cut people out of
Yeah.
photos?
Yeah.
It's such a simple idea.
Yes, it is, but it works very well.
Mm.
There we are. She's sepiaed a bit now. There we
Yeah.
are. That'll do. Okay.
She's a tad warmer.
She's a tad better now. Okay. So what we need to do before we put her on, we need to put the wings on.
Right. So
Okay.
is this where the glue comes in?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But I also have to make sure when I put them on that they are put on so I can actually get the screw in the middle.
Right, okay.
Because I don't want to work on top of the machine itself because I can't hold it.
No.
So the screw needs a little bit of space in it. So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So a little bit of this.
Another one of those.
Thank you. Pililos.
Palilos.
Pililos, por favor.
Por favor.
Por favor. Okay, this is. So I know it's totally weird, but you're beginning to get the picture of where I'm coming from.
I think so.
Well, I am. I think it's exactly how I envisaged it in my mind this morning.
Good.
When I went into the garage and thought, what am I going to do? There's no printer ink.
Yes. Suitably bonkers. Good English word there for you.
You'll
Bonkers.
expect no less from me.
Yes. Bonkers meaning slightly eccentric.
Slightly mad. Would you do me a favour? Would you please get me my coaster from my table over there?
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's too thick. It's too thick. Forget
Is
it. Yeah.
So what we after?
I don't know. I'm not
I've got
sure.
some little mini index cards here. Will they work? You can build up your own height then.
Probably, but I've got to get them both. Yeah. Oh, will the ruler work? Ruler will work. It's fine.
Okay. 3 by 2.5 inches. These index cards. They're tiny. Look. Tiny little index cards.
They were Happy Mail, weren't they?
They were from Happy Mail, yes. Don't ask me who from because I can't remember.
No, I can't remember either. Right, so we want to make sure that they're level.
One of the many lovely ladies that send me things occasionally.
And gentlemen.
And gentlemen, yes.
Okay. So that. Let's just put that on there. See if we're in the same place. Yes, we are.
Good.
Just leave that for a moment to settle. Almost there.
So are you going to screw through first?
Yeah, and she has to go on. Yeah.
Afterwards, right?
Yeah, because she covers up the hole in the middle where the screw is.
Right. Okay.
So let's leave that to dry for a moment or two. Well, I've changed my mind.
Slight change of plan.
Yeah, I've decided that I want to change slightly. I'm not putting the chappy on.
Because it's too big.
It's too big. So we've resorted to 2 small children.
Which are a bit more in keeping with your main focal point.
Focal point, yeah. So just Tint those up at the edges.
I forgot I'd made a coffee earlier. It's gone cold now, nearly.
Okay, so that's number 1.
Could always warm it up with a soldering iron, couldn't I?
Yeah, and I'll stand well back. And then that one. I just don't want to see the white edges. They offend me.
Yes.
In fact, if Tempus was any good, he'd print them without white edges on. Print them on great brown board. Brown core board. There we go.
It does do some that are on a baseboard.
Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle up a little bit. Right. Okay, we're in the final stretches now. Let's move that out of the way. 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 We only want those 3 and that and the screw. Okay. So we've got our 2 children. I'll pick them up.
Are you going to name them?
Edward or Cuthbert, and that's Elizabeth.
He reminds me of Eustace.
Does he?
Mm.
He's going to be leaning
Just like that.
just in there like that one.
Fab.
I think he's stuck, is he? Yeah. And Elizabeth's going to stand at this side.
Flora.
Flora, she's called Flora now. Okay. She meant margarine. Okay, and she's standing there. Okay, so the wings are now dry.
Brill.
Just need to put the screw through the wings
Mm-hmm.
and into the base.
Only putting a little bit of glossy accent.
Yeah, because if it becomes loose, you can't change it because it's got. There we are.
It gently does it.
Gently does it, yes. And nice and tight. There we are. And then we're left with Gretchen.
Svetlana.
Okay. So let's just put that. So that's at the top. Okay. So that needs to go, the glue needs to go up here. I'll put it in there, it's not going to make any difference. As long as it sticks, I don't really care. Right.
Which it will, you put enough on.
Leave that to dry for a moment or 2 and I'll be back.
Is she stuck?
She's stuck, yes, she's stuck completely now. So you remember what we had this morning? We had frame, we had bits, we had bats.
We had a whole pile
Of stuff.
of stuff that's now assembled itself magically.
Right, can you turn the big lights off, please?
I can turn the big lights off.
Okay, so the lights are out.
Well, it is dark.
It is.
Not as bright as it
Okay.
was.
You ready?
Go on then. Yeah, you were right. Suitably bonkers. I love the way the light's going through the crystals. And you see,
Looks like the crystals are flashing.
yeah, so almost as though they're actually transferring or transmitting the light
Yes.
through.
Yeah.
Definitely steampunk.
Should we have the light on then? We can.
The light's back on
Yes,
again.
please. Thank you.
Just bear with me. Guide your eyes, everyone. Oh, there we go. Just let the
There you
camera sort
are.
of adjust itself.
There we are. So
Yeah.
there we have.
Definitely suitably bonkers.
We have the back with all the layers in, with all the rivets on, the clock face, the motor behind, Gretchen.
Just hold it so people can see it rather than just pointing at it. So that's it.
So you see all the different layers. We covered the box. I know you can only see it from the side, but it also matches the background, doesn't it?
It does. It looks absolutely brilliant. Like I said, suitably bonkers. A perfect steampunk surprise.
It is. I love the way she goes round.
It's almost like she's dancing.
It's almost like she's a thing to do with the time, because her wings fit perfectly within the frame, and so do her feet.
Yes. Tempus Fugit.
Time waits for no man.
Time flies.
Time flies. Well, literally, that's what we'll call the project.
Time flies. Or
Tempus Fugit.
There you go.
There we go.
So I hope you've enjoyed watching Ian build this machine from scratch. It's not something that we normally do, but it was just something that, you know, was a project that he had thought of, because we couldn't do what we were supposed to be doing. So it has been rather lengthy, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've stuck with it right through to the end. And if you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up, because it really does help. Share the video with your friends.
And you will find the machine for sale on my website. I'm putting it in the journals section.
All right, you're going to sell it?
Yes.
Right, okay then.
I know you like it. But I'm going to put it in my, because the journal section is where the stuff goes from what I'm doing with you.
Okay, fair enough.
When I make those projects.
So you're actually going to let it go?
I'm going to let it go.
Okay. Are you going to supply a hanging hook for it to
yes, I will. I'll supply a hanging hook for it to go on the wall with. I think she says.
I'm sure somebody out there will absolutely love her.
She's suitably bonkers, and it's a one-off piece.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's all from us for now.
See you next Tuesday.
Well, you'll see me before then.
Oh, I wasn't talking about you, talking about me.
It's not all about you, you know.
It's not about you, lady, it's about me. It's Steampunk Tuesday. Bye.
I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.